YouTube, this is Michael from Asymmetrical Preparedness. Today's video is called Winter is Coming. So, I know it's August, winter's a little ways off, but hey, start thinking about these things now. Getting your stuff ready, getting prepared now for what is, coming. Get ready for winter. You don't wait till a storm gets here to prepare for the storm. So, we all know winter's coming, so get the things in place that enable you to excel and to thrive in wintertime. Basically, are you ready? Are you ready for winter? Some people are. Some people have been prepping for a while, are, always ready for winter. Or just common sense people, or people that live in really harsh environments, maybe also. Hopefully you are. Yeah, you're ready for cold weather, bad weather, storms, rain, snow, all the things. Do you have a heat source in your home? Do you have a backup for your heat source? Do you have a generator? Do you have a wood stove, a fireplace? Do you have wood for those? How much wood? Do you have a whole winter's worth? Maybe an extended winter, a long winter. Think about these things. It may last a lot longer than you think. It may start earlier than you think. It also may coincide with, grid down, power down, EMP, something like that. You never know. Do you have propane heaters, oil heaters, gas heaters, things like that? Things that will heat you, keep you warm, even if there's no power. Because don't count on the power being there. If you have a wood stove, that's the best. Fireplaces are pretty good too, but I think wood stoves heat houses the best. We use wood heat, and it's awesome. It just warms you differently. I already mentioned that in one video, but it's one of those things that's just awesome. I love wood heat. And if you have a wood stove or fireplace, have you had the chimney cleaned, or can you clean it yourself? You need to think about these things before winter, before you need to start using it. Have that cleaned, have that taken care of. Do you need to replace any of the bricks in your stove? Go ahead and do that kind of stuff. Then like your home, what's the condition of your roof? Does it leak? Did you forget to fix it this summer? The condition of your window seals, your door seals. Get weather stripping if your windows leak, your doors allow drafts in, stuff like that. Just go through all the things, make a checklist, and start working on them now. Do you need to do any repairs to your home? That kind of thing. Vehicles. Are your vehicles ready for winter? Do you need to change out your antifreeze? Did you just put water in for the summertime? Swap out your antifreeze once a year. That's what I do. You don't have to, I don't think so, but there's an F-18 flying overhead. Sweet. America. Yeah. Do you have, chains in your vehicle? If you live in an area where you might need them. I mean, if you live in Florida, you don't need chains probably. But have you checked your four-wheel drive system? Making sure it's lubricated. Is it working fine? How are your hubs? Have you greased your hubs? Have you done maintenance in the last couple of years or something like that in your vehicle, or have you neglected it? Do you have, as well as your normal stuff in your vehicle, do you have cold weather clothing, foul weather clothing, tarps, anything like that in your vehicle? Do you need to put them in? Did you take them out for summertime? You need to remember to put them back in? Do so. You don't have to do it right now. Like I said, it's August. But just remember, create a checklist to do this stuff. Your clothing. Do you have layering systems to keep you warm? I like layering systems. I don't go with one big coat philosophy, because then if you get hot, you have to take off that one coat, then you're freezing. And in a really cold environment, you don't want to be sweating while you're working, because then when you stop working, or night falls or something like that, you're going to freeze to death because you're going to be soaking wet and you won't have any way to keep warm. So layering is really important. I love having a thin, like a wool, merino wool, like base layer, and then those I forget what they're called, but they're a base layer, but they're the quilted kind of thing. Like I said, I forget what they're called. Have that as the next layer. And then on top of that, I can have like a flannel. And then on top of that, you can have a fleece. On top of that, you can have a windbreaker. And then you can have a big outer layer jacket if you need. It's all based on how cold it is, what kind of system you need. Also weatherproofing, if you need a Gore-Tex jacket or something like that to keep you dry. An outer layer, a shell. That's why I like shells, and I like multiple layers of systems. You know, I don't like the one big thing, like I said. So, layering systems, you know, thermals, base layers. You can modify it to your needs. What about socks for your boots? Do you have good winter socks? Do you have like, they make these thermal sock boot liners, basically, and are your boots, do you have your, if you're going to use boots like that, are they sized properly so you can fit a liner in and a good pair of like merino wool socks or something like that? Things to think about. Gloves. Do you have hand warmers, foot warmers, things like that? You know, also, you know, layering of gloves. Think about these things. Like you said, different things apply in your different. You know, if you live in Florida or something like that, where it never gets hot, it never gets cold, really, you may not have to worry about some of this stuff. But prepare, because you may not always be in Florida. You may have to get the heck out and end up in an area where it is really cold. You know, your head. You know, headwear. Baklavas are really good. Shimogs are really good for wrapping around your head. Just a sec. Sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah, so baklavas are really good to keep your head warm, as well as shimogs, different things like that. Wool beanies, fleece beanies, you know, those face coverings, lots of different things. Think about it. Eye protection. If it's snowing out, or you know, snowy out, and then it's sunny, you get sunburnt really bad. It gets really bright. Make sure you have shades, sunglasses, etc. Also, are you able to be layered warm enough where you can sit stationary in place for long periods of time? Sorry, I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Like on LPOP duty, listening post, observation post duty, guard duty, fixed firing position, stuff like that, where you're not out moving around, so you're not creating that body heat. Or if you're out hunting, you're stalking something, or not even just stalking something, just sitting there. For sitting out in the weather or in the cold for long periods of time, are you layered appropriately where you're going to stay warm during that whole time? You may be out there 6 or 8 hours on guard duty or something like that, you know. It's not as big a thing if you're out patrolling or something like that, you're moving. But think about those times when you may have to be stationary. Have extra clothing to take with you to layer, so you can stay warm. Let me see. Yeah, are you prepared to work out in the elements also for your gardening and all the things you're going to be doing? The production of calories, all the chores out and about your homestead or your bug out location or your home, wherever you're going to be in a post-event scenario. Okay, yeah, bedding for no heat situations. What happens if you don't have any heat? Do you have, and you have no alternate source either? Like, you know, nothing is appropriate for indoor heating, and you live in a town or a city or something like that, you lose power, you have no power. So bedding, you have lots of extra quilts, bedding, you know, wool blankets, stuff like that. Those are really good. So you can keep yourself warm with enough bedding. Hopefully you have an alternate heat source. That's the best thing. But do you have, if you're going to be out in the elements, do you have a 4-season tent? Do you have a hammock with a tarp for weather situations? Your sleep system, sleeping bag, your multi-layer sleep system, whatever you have, think about those things. Do you have them or do you not have them? Do you need to get them now? Do you need to look at, okay, I need to get this stuff before winter and write all this stuff down? This isn't an all comprehensive list. This is just throwing out some ideas as things to think about, spark some other ideas in your minds, so you can gather a list of things you need to get before winter time, or gather and prepare to have ready for winter time. Also, another big thing is like a sleep mat. Okay, a lot of them, those aren't for comfort. I can sleep on the ground, no problem, or in a hammock. You don't need them in a hammock. Yeah, you do. It's called thermal conduction. Okay, when you sleep on the ground, your body is, the ground is going to absorb, you know, suck the warmth out of you. So if you have a thermal ground, not a blanket, a pad between you and the ground, or even in a hammock between you and the air, surrounding air around you, that will help stop that thermal conduction from happening. That's very important. Like I said, it's not just about comfort. It's about the thermal conduction is the biggest part. Yeah, so ground mats, even if you have a hammock, bug out bag, get home bag. What stuff did you have in there for winter last winter and you took out? What stuff needs to go back in? Think about those kind of things. Just all the things I talked about there. What do you need to add? Yeah, what do you have room for? Did you fill it up with other stuff so now you have no room for anything? Start thinking about those things now. You need to get those things back in your bug out bag, get home bag, patrol pack, whatever you call it, vehicle bags, soon, because you know winter is coming. Also EDC modifications. What kind of modifications do you need to make to your everyday carry that you for wintertime versus summertime? Do you need to have some extra hand warmers, feet warmers in your pockets? Do you need to have you know, a baklava rolled up in your pocket? Some extra layers with you, gloves with you, headwear, you know, in your backpack or your satchel or whatever it is you take to and from work or have in your vehicle. Think about these kind of things. Winter is coming. Are you ready? There's a lot of other things I probably missed. Like I said, just trying to get you the thought process rolling, get you encouraged and start thinking about those things early. We don't want to think about the storm once it's here. Just like preparedness. We don't want to start preparing when crap hits the fan. We do it now. Easy things now when it's easy, so they're not harder later on when it's harder. Yeah, so I hope I just motivate you guys. Start thinking some things, food for thought. Start preparing yourselves. Getting yourselves ready for this winter. Don't know how good or bad it's going to be. I think it's going to be a bad winter. I said my wife's been having some of those dreams she has that are pretty foretelling, and I've learned to trust them over the years. I think it's going to be a bad winter, early winter, long winter. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm preparing now, and it's August. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing. And remember, don't do this out of fear. Do it out of peace of mind. We're doing this so we don't have to fear. If we're ready, there is no fear because we're ready. I love you guys, and I hope I'm helping to empower you guys and feel the love and just be better prepared. A little bit every day. Get your exercise in, please. That's very, very, very important. I'm going to do an exercise video up here pretty soon. Give some hints, some tips, stuff like that. For beginners, I'm not going to go into intermediate and advanced fitness because if you're there, you already know what to do. And I'm not a super extra, you know, a fitness guru. I know what I do. I've worked out for a long time, you know, military and after. Gym, not gym, body weight, you know, functional fitness, weights, heavy weights, all this kind of stuff. I've done a wide variety of stuff, so I'll be doing that. But yeah, if you like the videos, please subscribe, hit the like video, share the videos, do all the things. You know, visit the little Amazon affiliate link if you can. But yeah, I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.